Welcome, and let's check out 2 generations apart, the Huawei P60 Pro versus the Huawei P40 Pro Plus. And yeah, excuse me, I'm still a little bit ill. Still my summer coldness is there, and it's very rainy right now. So I will check them probably indoors mostly, and mostly photos, but nevertheless I think it might be very interesting to know which one of those wins. And yeah, this one here is not really yellow, the P40 Pro Plus, but it's just like it has its original case still on, and it got a bit yellowish even after washing it. So nevertheless, here you can see the specs of those, and very interestingly enough, the P40 Pro Plus has a 10 times optical zoom lens, which might be very interesting to see how the P60 Pro Plus, P60 Pro actually can keep up with the P40 Pro Plus in terms of zoom. So let's get started. Front-facing video on the P60 Pro, 4K 30 frames per second. You can see this wide angle of view. I'm indoors here right now. Yeah, I didn't shave because I'm a bit ill, and I can go even wider if I want to, and I can go to 1 times if I want to. And yeah, this one is working fine, and I think it's doing a quite good job. And this is now the P40 Pro Plus, and the cool thing about the P40 Pro Plus is that you can also record 4K 30 frames per second without any issues with this one here. It's cropped in a little bit there because we don't have a super wide angle, but we have autofocus, so I can just hold the P60 Pro Plus P60 Pro lens actually here, and you will see that it will focus on it because it has autofocus, just like the P50 Pro has this as well. So what do you think about the front-facing camera here on the P40 Pro Plus? And we know already the P60 Pro's main camera lens with its variable aperture from f1.4 to f4, which is quite good, and I can even go to the ultra-wide angle if I want to, just by pressing a button, which is quite cool here on the P60 Pro, because they changed this user interface now in video mode from from sliding to buttons to press, which is quite cool with the latest upgrade that they introduced here. And I hope that this camera software will also land on all the other Huawei flagships, because I really like this, especially this smooth zoom option there. And this is the ultra wide angle. You can see my bedroom here right now, and let's try to zoom on something like this baby love tissues there. So I can go directly to zoom level 4. Now we had the 4 times zoom, actually it's 3.5 times zoom, but it's just cropping in a little bit, and we can go up to 10 times with this lens, and there you can see quite good. You can read everything there just like you want. And yeah, what do you think about this one here? This is now directly recording with the ultra-wide angle on the P40 Pro Plus, because the ultra-wide angle uses a very large sensor, and it was one of the features that Huawei had, the Cine lens feature. I really like this a lot because it's very large lens, very large sensor actually, and gives you a nice background blur, has the perfect vlogging kind of distance for you, and yeah, it's wonderful. Why take it away? Because this is really what I want actually to be true, and I'm not sure why they took it away. Yeah, you can get even wider field of views if you want to, if you need to, but really don't need it. And here I have a zoom slider again. I can slide to 1 times. This is now 1 times. This is a 1-time lens. Get a bit of better background blur. We have a larger sensor here than on the P60 Pro, which is quite interesting, because this one here has 1/1.28, I think, or 1/1.23 inch size sensor. Very large sensor. Back for the time it was very, very large sensor, one of the best sensors still in the industry, and this is just simply things that only Huawei can do. And now let's check out the zoom, because we have 2 zoom lenses here, 3.5 times and 10 times optical. So let's go at roughly 4 times. It should be switching lenses there, and then we can go up to 10 times, and now we are at 12 times. We are now, let's go back to 10 times. Let's switch lenses again. You can see this is the worst sensor, and then when I go to 11 times, it switches lenses to the 10 time optical zoom. you can see that sometimes it struggles with autofocus, but in terms of quality, I don't see much of a difference here to the P60 Pro. Which one do you think is better? So here we have the photos. On the left was the P40 Pro Plus, on the right was the P60 Pro. What we can see here is, and I made a slight mistake, I think the P40 Pro Plus has a 3x optical zoom, where the P60 Pro has a 3.5x optical zoom. When we zoom in, we can see we have a bit of more yellowish kind of colors on the P40 Pro Plus, and the P60 Pro has a bit more correct white balance, so it's really white here, this little inlay. And what you can also see is that the P40 Pro Plus has a little bit worse kind of image quality. It's not only because it's like zoomed in a little bit further away, but in general like a little bit less bright of an image, and has some issues with close-up shots for sure. The P60 Pro is better there, but also the detail levels is or the detail level is not on the same as on the P60 Pro. 10x zoom, very interesting. Optical on the P40 Pro Plus versus hybrid on the P60 Pro. On first glance, it looks again warmer on the P40 Pro Plus, but this is a general appeal of the P40 Pro Plus. And when we zoom in, you can see, yes, it is better. So the optical zoom differences you can see here for sure. And here the P60 Pro is losing against the P40 Pro Plus in terms of detail level, but it's very, very close. As you can see here, not much of a difference. You can clearly read both labels very good. There's only like a slight hint that shows that the P60 Pro is a bit behind the optical zoom of the P40 Pro Plus. So yes, the 10x zoom is definitely better on the P40 Pro Plus, even in a dim lit situation indoors. And when we take a look at close-up shots with the main camera sensor, actually it automatically switches to the ultra-wide angle, I think, for the macro shots, and crops in a little bit. Here, interestingly enough, I would say the P60 Pro is winning. The P40 Pro Plus, first of all, was confirming focus also on the front, but only focused clearly on the back. The other thing is like colors are a bit off, and I think it is sharpening up things a little bit too much on the P40 Pro Plus. In general, adding some details that was not really there, where the P60 Pro looks much more natural there, as you can see here. And has this unsharpness here, sharpness here, where here it misfocused or was not sharp at all. And we have again a bit of more yellowish colors on the P40 Pro Plus that we don't have on the P60 Pro. So macro-like shots, the P60 Pro is winning. When it comes to the main camera sensor here, we can see also a difference in terms of white balance and a difference in terms of color rendition. Much more bluish kind of colors on the P40 Pro Plus in the sky, which is not realistic because it was a bit of a gloomy day. Sun was coming out, it was raining like crazy. Then for a second sun came out and then it was raining again. So we hit the free spot in the clouds here. But the clouds looked like this rain clouds and not like this bluish kind of thing that the P40 Pro Plus does. Detail levels on both very comparable, but you can see that the P60 Pro has a newer sensor there with a bit more detail retrieval. A different color rendition, which is very close together here. So the Leica P40 Pro Plus and the XMage P60 Pro in original mode. And what we can also see is superior glass on the P60 Pro in comparison to the P40 Pro Plus that gets unsharp towards the edges here. You can clearly see it, and missing detail. With the P60 Pro Plus, P60 Pro actually is still sharp. The same goes here. Look at the leaves there, much better on the P60 Pro. I would say color rendition maybe better on the P40 Pro Plus in comparison to the P60 Pro, that's doing too much of yellow here in the ground, for example. And the same you can see also here. A lot of yellow there, where here it kept it a bit cooler. So you decide which one you like. I prefer overall the P60 Pro, even though the colors might be a tad better on the P40 Pro Plus. Selfies, very comparable again, I would say. Difference in colors. Here you can see a bit more muted colors, here a bit more punchy colors. The sky and the HDR is good on both. A wider field of view on the P60 Pro Plus. sharper picture on the P60 Pro. P40 Pro Plus, it's a bit softer for sure. And yeah, lack of detail, I would say. Even if I zoom in a little bit more, like the same level as the P40 Pro Plus, you can see that there is more details are more details on the P60 Pro in comparison to P40 Pro Plus. So selfies, yes, I would give the selfies to the P60 Pro, even though you can see already that when I'm zooming roughly the same level, the P40 Pro Plus has a bit of a cleaner image. The P60 Pro is a bit of noisy. And ultra wide angle, very dramatic difference here. Again, I think the P60 Pro is doing something wrong with the colors there. The sky colors is a bit too greenish there. It is very dramatic for sure, but it's not only because of the sky, mainly also because of the wide angle of view that you get here. You have the whole container basically in here, where here we only have one part of the container. Also the colors here are a bit too shiny red on the P40 Pro Plus, where the P60 Pro gets the red right here. It gets the colors of the sky a bit wrong, because so blue, yeah, you can see there also a bit of bluish, but I think it's a bit too punchy here. And yeah, the rest looks okay here. For some reason brightened up, maybe the sun was out a little bit more there, this split second there. But yeah, both doing a fine job there. More details on the P40 Pro Plus, but the P60 Pro, I think I would give the win for the ultra wide angle, simply because in terms of photos at least, you get a much more dramatic kind of view. And yeah, this is what I would say an ultra wide angle should be like. For photos, for videos, maybe I would prefer the P40 Pro Plus a bit better. Then we come to an issue with both. P60 Pro I already talked about, fast moving subjects. Even if you use the action mode or fast mode, snapshot mode I think it's called, on the P60 Pro, the P40 Pro Plus doesn't have this mode. It is slow, it can be slow at times, but here you can see the P40 Pro Plus is just like adding on top of the slowness of the P60 Pro already when it comes to such snapshots, and adding like tons of time. I was capturing my little puppy running towards me when he was like here, this spot basically, and it took so long to take the photo. P60 Pro is much better there in this regard, and sometimes you can even, like here, it was like completely forget about it. The P40 Pro Plus, when it comes to fast moving subjects, you have to hold them still, otherwise it doesn't work. P60 Pro is playing with his ball, and you can see I managed to get a sneak peek of him, like split second sharp there. The rest of him is a little bit unsharp there, but it is hard to do this. And here, yeah, completely out of focus. The P40 Pro Plus is not a fast shutter that we have there. Low light performance, very interesting, because here I think the P40 Pro Plus is doing quite well against the P60 Pro. We have a bit of more greenish or yellowish kind of tint again on the P40 Pro Plus, and the P60 Pro has a bit more yeah, details there. Let's just look at this, and you can see, yes, more natural kind of look on the P40 Pro Plus, and a bit more like sharpened up look on the P60 Pro, but it's not too over sharpened, over processed here, I would say. You can see the difference in terms of sensor size, I would say, because the P40 Pro Plus is using its physics, where the P60 Pro is using its wider aperture and computational photography. You can see in the background a bit of noise creeping in already on the P60 Pro. It's sharpening up the background, where here is a bit blurry already on the P40 Pro Plus. And here as well. Which one do you prefer? Also here the edges, edited clearly. You can see that here the texture of this leather-like material is visible, where here it's smoothened out. And then super low light or dark mode, both fantastic. And here the P40 Pro Plus is even brightening things up even more than the P60 Pro. I couldn't see the tools in this toolbox at all, and both brightening these up. What we can see here is like both managed to focus on the background instead of the foreground. This is why the foreground is a little bit like out of focus. We can see here it tries to retrieve some details even though it was out of focus. And when you take a look at the top right corner, you can see, yeah, okay, even you have the larger sensor on the P40 Pro Plus. The P60 Pro with its lower, smaller kind of sensor, but wider aperture is also keeping up very nicely, and I think here in terms of sharpness level and detail level, it's beating the P40 Pro Plus. You can see the 2-generational difference here, and yeah, it's very interesting to see this. Comes very close, but in general, look at the detail level here in the woodwork and compare it to here. I think not only the colors are more right, because this is more going towards the bluish here for some reason, but also the detail levels are a bit better here on the P60 Pro in comparison to the P40 Pro Plus. You can see here a bit of greenish tint on the P60 Pro that we had already talked about in so many camera comparisons. So overall, which one would I give the win to? Yes, the P60 Pro is better. I'm surprised how good the P40 Pro Plus is doing still, but also why is it doing so well? Because Huawei is still providing updates to it, which is quite nice, and yeah, newer processing here and there helps as well with certain things. I'm amazed that the P40 Pro Plus is still capable of taking good zoom shots. Of course, it has an optical zoom 10 times, which is quite nice. I think the weak spot here is the 3 times zoom on the P40 Pro Plus, which is not so great. And yeah, it would benefit tremendously from the P60 Pro's 3.5 times zoom there, especially with the new technologies for cropping in and calculating more stuff also in between the zoom shots, zoom levels basically. So yeah, in general, the P60 Pro is the winner here, but the P40 Pro Plus still manages to get a respectable score here as well, I would say, especially if you keep in mind how old this device is. Yes, it's a former super flagship device, but still is performing quite good, and on top of the list of my camera reviews and cameras tested so far. So yeah, overall, both good devices, and with the win clearly for the P60 Pro. But you can write down in the comment section what was surprising for you. Which one do you think is the clear winner also for you in terms of different categories here? And that's it for this video. Hopefully next time we will hear each other where I am completely recovered from my coldness and yeah, can talk proper sentences without trying to suppress a big cough. That's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Until the next time. Bye.